Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. I am labeling this as a message for November 12th because I'm posting it in time for November 12th where I am in the world. Could be a different date where you're at as you're seeing this, or you might see this video in a few months, weeks, years. I'm just setting the intention that this be a message for you for the next 24 hours from whenever you happen to see it. Happy birthday to you if today is your birthday, November 12th, babies. And happy birthday to you if it happens to be your birthday on whatever day you stumble upon this message. The card today, my darlings, ooh, is the death card. Yesterday we had the devil. And today we had the death card. My goodness, my gracious, my dears, my dears, my dears. Big energy, heavenly energy. We know it's coming in, and we know it's good energy. It's clearing energy. We talked about that lunar eclipse in Taurus and how we're going to be in this energy for the next 6 months. And it's helping us get stability in our life, right? So now here we have the death card. This is a major arcana card. This card freaks a lot of people out who aren't familiar with tarot, but there's really nothing to be scared about. And I'm not saying that as a biased Scorpio, but this is really not a scary card. It is major arcana. So major arcana cards are going to come up anytime we're coming into a new chapter. It's a defining moment. It's a significant period of time in our life. And so these are going to be really big energies, okay? These are going to be really big energies that are going to last for a while. So this is not going to wrap up in 24 hours. Whatever's happening in the next 24 hours is setting a series of events in motion that are bringing you into this chapter. And the death card, first and foremost, if you are a Scorpio, for me in my readings, this is telling me that this is a time that you're really, really coming into your full power, your full authenticity, and coming into like living your best life unapologetically, unconcerned with the thoughts and opinions of others, loving yourself, all of yourself, your entire journey, anything that you cringed about or were embarrassed about, past, family, things you've done, whatever it must be, you're coming into like a sense of accepting, okay, this is a part of my journey. This is a part of what made me me. This is how I learned. And so there isn't any shame or embarrassment. So if you've been holding on to shame or embarrassment or just feeling like, oh my gosh, how cringe when you think about your past self, these are all things that are being released and really just kind of accepted and loved as like all of you, loving all of you. And things that you thought were weaknesses, you're seeing as strengths. And things that you thought were like not good about you, you're like, oh well, there's positive ways of applying this. If you have Scorpio placements, there could be big changes and big shifts happening for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio or clearing or releasing trauma or karmic ties with a Scorpio in your life, where there might be a significant soulmate connection, past life connection. Keep in mind, soulmates don't have to be romantic. We can have soulmates who are friends. We can have soulmates who are family. There's different types of soulmates. So not all soulmates are romantic. It doesn't have to be a romantic thing. Some of you could be encountering a Scorpio. That's going to be really significant in your life. Maybe some of you are manifesting a romantic Scorpio soulmate. That could be for some of you as well. But really kind of tapping into the Scorpio energy, being in the Scorpio energy. If you don't have Scorpio placements, I feel like a lot of people in general right now are going to be feeling these heavy energies, which Scorpios tend to be very comfortable with. Like we love it. We eat it up. And I think that a lot of those people who are not Scorpios or who aren't used to going into like the deeper realms of emotion, you're coming into this time of really adapting to and being comfortable with what Scorpios do quite naturally, which is to delve into the deeper things, to delve into the far pushed down things within yourself and be able to really look at them and experience them and really be in your full range of emotions as a part of your transformation. Okay, Scorpio is sometimes referred to as the phoenix rising of the zodiac. So you're tapping into that phoenix bird energy where you're able to go down below into the deep wreckage and come shooting back out, bigger, better, brighter, reborn. And so this is an energy that we're coming into or stepping into. Even if you don't know a Scorpio, even if you don't have Scorpio placements, you're beginning to understand and fully, I don't know if I want to say enjoy, but fully experience every stage of that transformation process and be comfortable with it. Right? Saying, oh, I can look at these deep things. I'm not embarrassed by them anymore, or they don't scare me anymore, or I know that they don't have power over me anymore. And you're able to shift it. I also feel a sense of transmutation. So maybe some of you are working with Archangel Michael or Archangel Metatron, and you may be coming into that energy of like energetic or spiritual alchemy, right? I'm taking these experiences and I'm refining them. I'm asking that they be cleansed and purified, and that they be turned to pure white light and love for the highest good of all. I'm turning it around and I'm making it into something positive, so like a sense of transformation. I do feel also with this card that for some of you, there's a new journey that you're going to be embarking on. It might not start until the new calendar year, of January, like after January 2023. But I feel like you may be taking some very small steps into a new journey or an idea that has occurred to you. This could be in terms of projects, self employment, uh, labors of love, just things you've been feeling called or guided to do. And you may be looking at it as something supplemental or something you're doing for fun. But I feel like it's actually going to branch out into something that is going to be very life changing for you. So it may become a sense of like passive income, or it may branch out and become a big business, or it may branch out and connect you with people that are going to be very life changing for you in terms of soul family, relationships, like soul tribe kind of thing. And you just kind of setting out these little steps thinking, oh, this would be a fun thing to do, or this would be a good supplemental thing to do. And I feel like it's going to expand into something much bigger, something much greater and transformative in your life, where your life isn't going to be the same again. I feel some of you may be signing contracts or coming into agreements that are going to be very life changing for you. Obviously not within the next 24 hours, but things may be uh, going into motion that are leading you to this energy. Some of you may be doing something very big where there's a sense of like, in this transformation, where you're stepping away from the former. You're stepping away from, I want to say the former identity, but it's not like you're becoming somebody else. You're emerging as who you are, and you're stepping away from the identity that's been assigned to you. I want to be cautious in saying this because I feel like sometimes a lot of cults will take this and they'll use it to their advantage, this spiritual concept. Um, and they'll be like, this is your new name. You're not Sam anymore. You're not Jennifer anymore. You're, I don't know, some other fancy name. The reason why I personally have an issue with that is because they're telling you you're not who these people said you are, but now I'm telling you who you are. So you're basically going from one authority to another authority. And so when I'm talking about stepping away from the former self and the self that was assigned to you and coming into this authentic identity, it's something within yourself. It's not like I'm not coming to you and doing a reading for you and saying, oh my gosh, this is your true identity. I'd be taking your power away. Now I'm telling you who you are. It's not going to be some other spiritual teacher that comes and says, oh, this is your new name. This is your true identity. Now they're telling you who you are. You tell me how that makes sense. So when I'm talking about stepping away from the former identity and coming into the new identity or the true identity, it's something within yourself, right? Kind of like and I know some people get upset when I reference the Bible, but I can't help it. I'm a preacher's daughter. I learned to read I learned to read from a children's Bible. And so sometimes these, things, accounts come up in my mind as examples, and you can just take them as examples. I'm not telling you that you have to believe in Christianity or believe in the Bible, but just as an example, I will give you this. When Jesus was baptized, right? The scripture says that he went under the water, and when he came back up out of the water, it's like the holy dove flew over him, and it was just like fire, like a bird of fire. It's like just like the spiritual fire came over him, and he had this awakening, and he remembered who he was, and he remembered his purpose, and he remembered what he came here to do. Like he all of a sudden awakened to, oh my gosh, I remember who I am. I remember now. He remembered his life in heaven before coming down into a physical form. So I'm not saying that it's going to be that dramatic where there's going to be an angelic bird that flies over your head and you're going to feel spiritual fire filling your body, but you're going to have this awakening. You're going to have this aha moment. Like, this is who I am. This is where it kind of got off track. This is where a lot of the conditioning and the programming started. And I had the right idea before, and I'm going back to that authenticity now. Some of you are going to be thinking a lot about your younger years, like when you were like mid to older teenager, and you're going to remember a lot of the thoughts that you had, a lot of the plans that you had for your life that got lost along the way. And you're going to think, man, that kid really had it figured out. I should have just stuck to that. Don't beat yourself up. Don't feel like, oh my gosh, I wasted time and I got derailed. All of this is a living experience. It's a learning experience. But I feel there's a sense of like, this feels more to me like getting on the right path, getting on the right track, and the track that is true and authentic to you. So that being said, you're gonna have endings, right? We talked about change a couple of days ago in the daily message, and I mentioned what that very wise person said to me. She said, "Change is loss, sweetheart. Like change is scary. It's pain. Even a bride on her wedding day is losing something." Is moves forward in fear. It's a happy experience, but you're exchanging one thing for another. So there could be relationships falling away. You may be stepping away from a certain line of work. You may be making changes in your life that are honoring your ethics, your morals, your beliefs. So some things are coming to an end, but keep in mind, with the death card energy, nothing ends without something new opening. It's not like the Tower card where it's sudden and you didn't see it coming and the rug got pulled out from under you and now you're scammering. This is something you saw it coming. You knew it was coming. You know it's time for the change. And you know what the next thing is. And you're transitioning into it gracefully. I feel a sense of transitioning into these changes gracefully. You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign in the weekly forecasts because we do have a lot of big energies right now. Weekly forecasts are linked in the description. I also have love readings linked in the description. If you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous day ahead and a wonderful weekend, and I hope you'll come back for tomorrow's message. Take care and be well, my darlings.